Hello guys, it's your boy Cleophas Wanyama Cleo Rhythm. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go and watch my videos. I'm a gospel artist. I've done so many great songs. It's on my YouTube channel. Kindly go and watch them and subscribe, share with people, and you'll be blessed. Now, today we are going to talk about the origin of witchcraft. Where did witchcraft came from actually? It's a very interesting topic because we Africans, in an African setting, you can't go in any village and miss to find a witch or a place where they practice witchcraft. Definitely, we have witches all over. Even in towns nowadays, they have migrated in towns. They're all over the place. They're not only in the village, but also in towns. People practice witchcraft, and also there are even universities which are teaching witchcraft in the UK. Yeah, because unfortunately the devil has made witchcraft to sound like something which is fun to do, something which is interesting to do. So many people innocently they're thinking it's just an art. They go to practice it, which is wrong. Witchcraft is of the devil. Witchcraft is demonic. Witches will never go to heaven, and God does not like witches. Now, where did witchcraft come from? Now, we know that the Lucifer and the angels. Lucifer had angels assigned to him. Those are the fallen angels. Now, when Lucifer and God had a fallout, and Lucifer was kicked out of heaven. Now, there are 3 heavens. I'm going to show you in my subsequent video. There are 3 heavens. Now, God is in the 3rd heaven. That's the highest of heavens. And now, the 2nd heaven is where we have the cosmic realm, the sun, the moon, and the stars, and the galaxies. And then the 1st heaven is where we have the sky, where the planes fly. Now, Lucifer was in the 3rd heaven, ministering to God. But when he rebelled, Lucifer was thrown down to earth, and he came to the 2nd heaven. The 2nd heaven. Now, him and his angels were there at the 2nd heaven. They were banished from heaven. But now, the Bible talks about in the book of Genesis chapter 6. There's a very short story which says that the sons of God took women and made them their wives, slept with them, and they produced giants. Okay, there is another book which is called the Book of Enoch. I don't like to encourage people to read extra biblical information, but this book, many Bible scholars, they believe it ought to be in the Bible, but it was not put in the Bible. Enoch has a book called the Book of Enoch, because there are some things which in the Bible they were derived from the Book of Enoch. If you have studied it, you'll know there are some stories which, for instance, there's this story which Jude tells us that when Moses died, the devil came to claim his body. That was written in the Book of Enoch. And also, sorry, that was not Book of Enoch. Sorry for that. There's this story of the watchers. It tells about the watchers who did not keep their place. Jude was telling us the watchers who did not keep their place, who did not stay at their original place. Now, they came to earth. They did not stay at their original place. This is just one of the places where the books of the Bible, they quoted the Book of Enoch. There are so many places. I'm not going to get into it right now because it's another topic of its own, very, very long, and it's tiring. Now, these angels, the fallen angels who were driven out of heaven with Lucifer, they came, they desired women. They saw women. They were beautiful. That time, the earth was, people were multiplying, and they saw the daughters of men. They admired them, and they came. When angels were thrown from heaven, they still had their supernatural abilities. So they were able to turn themselves to become eunuchs. They came and seduced women, married them, slept them and produced children. And those children were giants. Now, those children are what we call the Nephilims. They were half humans and half angels. So, this seed was not what God created. This is why there's an issue with people talking about medicines or drugs which are going to be injected into a system to alter our DNA. Because according to the Bible, those people were half humans and half angels, meaning they were a hybrid. They were stronger than the normal human beings. The Bible said they gave birth to giants. They were giants. Now, it is believed that Bible history and ancient history believes that these fallen angels are the ones who came and taught the women witchcraft. They taught them witchcraft and they taught them astrology. Now, remember, Lucifer was in heaven. Lucifer was serving at the throne of God. And his angels also were in heaven. They know how heaven operates. They know the system of heaven. Angels are much older than us. Because, what gives the devil an advantage over us is that the devil has experience. When God created the earth, he was there. When God created man, he was there. He watched everything. The devil has experience. The Bible called him that old serpent. He has experience. Now, these fallen angels in heaven, they know how things operate in heaven. They know the spiritual laws. They understand spiritual laws. This is why I want you to understand that witchcraft is a perversion of God's way of doing things. Because the people who brought witchcraft here are fallen angels. Fallen angels came from where? They came from heaven. They didn't come from another different kingdom. No, they came. God made them. So it's good. It's important for us to understand this. For example, if somebody is trained in the military and then they come out of the military to start their own rebel group, those people, they'll be using the same skills they acquired from the military. The same guns police use are the same guns the criminal uses. But it depends the person who uses them. On whose hands it lands in determines the impact which is going to be caused. Now, I want you to understand that these fallen angels, they understand how things were done in heaven. They knew the laws. No, there are laws of the spirit. The same way we have the laws of gravity, the laws of this and that. Remember in the story of Moses threw his rod and it turned into a snake. And Pharaoh said, "What are you showing me?" Pharaoh called his magicians. His magicians were able to replicate the same thing and they produced 2 snakes. Some of the miracles which Moses did, the magicians were able to replicate those miracles. What does it tell you? There is a spiritual law of how things were done. They understood the principle of how to throw a stick down and make it turn to a snake. It shows you these are laws of the spirit. They knew them. Now, these fallen angels, they taught these women witchcraft. They taught them witchcraft. They taught them so many things. It's even believed that they taught them how to apply makeup. I'm not against makeup. I'm not going to go into that. But this is where witchcraft came from. And then they married the women, taught them witchcraft, gave birth to giants, half man, half angels. And then it is believed that they also had sexual encounters with animals and gave birth to dinosaurs. This is why we had dinosaurs. They're very huge animals, very huge, gigantic animals. God did not create the dinosaurs. He didn't. Those very huge creatures, you see them in the movies, Godzilla. And the Bible says there was so much violence in the land. There was so much violence that God regretted creating the earth. That's why God sent the flood. God had to destroy the earth. Why? Because the earth had been polluted. The earth had been corrupted. There was a seed which came into this earth, which was not supposed to come to this earth. This seed of half man, half angel was not the plan of God. The Bible said that God even regretted. God he regretted. This is when witchcraft came into this earth. This is when witchcraft, the fallen angels, they came and taught the children of men perversions. They taught them perversions. They taught them things, spiritual laws, perverted spiritual laws. In the realm of spirit, all laws are the same. That's why even God, when we wanted to save mankind, God had to give a sacrifice. When people go to a witch doctor, to a native priest in their altars, they also do sacrifices. They sacrifice goats and sheep. You see, these are laws of the spirit. These are laws. Lucifer operates using the laws of the spirit. Even the things of God, we operate using the laws of the spirit. These are laws of the spirit. So Lucifer and his fallen angels, they knew these laws of the spirit, and they perverted them. They perverted them and taught people how to bring destruction upon the earth using these laws. You can imagine a scientist, if you're a scientist, a scientist can do good and can do harm. A scientist can enter into a lab and release a chemical weapon which can wipe out the entire human race. It is the knowledge. He has the right knowledge, but the knowledge has been perverted. Give a gun to the police, he'll protect. Give a gun to an armed robber, he'll go and kill, steal and destroy. Why? Because perversions. Now, the laws were perverted. There was so much evil in the earth. This is why God had to bring in the floods. Now the floods came, and God had to wipe out the entire race, except for Noah's family. Now the giants were destroyed, but now these giants, which were Nephilims, they're called Nephilims, half humans and half mankind. Now their spirits could not go to God. Neither they could not remain on earth, because they were half angels and half humans. They could not go where humans go when they die. There's a place where human beings go when they die. These Nephilims, they couldn't go there because they were half humans and they were half angels. This is why their spirits are still hovering upon the earth till today. This is what they are called, evil spirits. Now this is what are called demons. When you hear spirit of this, these are the evil spirits. These are the spirit of the Nephilims. The spirit of the Nephilims. These are the jinns now, which we cast people out from. These are the evil spirits which roam on the face of the earth. Because they could not go where dead people go, their spirits. They couldn't, because they are half angels and half mankind. And those fallen angels who did those things were chained. The Bible said they were chained. The book of Jude talks about that those angels were chained. And he got that story. If you read the book of Enoch, has the full story of what I'm telling you. Now you'll realize that Jude was talking about what was written in the book of Enoch. Why the book of Enoch is not included in the Bible, I don't know. This is where witchcraft came from. Witchcraft is a manipulation of spiritual laws to bring evil. Witchcraft is the same as when a scientist goes to a lab, instead of him to create medicine, he creates something to harm people. That's witchcraft also. They use knowledge to harm. You use knowledge, the knowledge which you acquire, instead of using it for good, using it to bring destruction. That's witchcraft. That's where witchcraft came from. My brother and sister, witchcraft was brought by the fallen angels. And their children, the Nephilims, the giants who died, their spirits became evil spirits. The demons and the jinns, jinn, which we deal with today. The powers which Paul talks about, those evil spirits are the ones. That's why those evil spirits, they always desire human body to live in. That's why you find 1,000 evil spirits can inhabit one person because they desperately need a body. They are restless without a body. Guys, I hope you are blessed by this information. I hope you are blessed. It will help you to grow your faith, to understand the things of God deeper. I'm here to explain to you the mysteries of God so you can understand the things of God deeper, so it can help you to grow your faith and understand spiritual realities. Guys, it's your boy Cleophas Wanyama Ministries. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share my videos, and always send us your financial contributions to help us do what we are doing. See you next time. From me, it's bye.